Are you going to endorse anybody in New York?
Well,
Cuomo or Sliwa?
yeah, I guess I haven't made a decision, really.
Sounds like you're
It's
leaning
not
towards
like,
somebody.
well, I think it's not good to have a communist, okay? Would I rather have a Democrat than a communist? Barely. They're almost becoming the same thing.
That's President Trump with me exclusively here 2 weeks ago on the New York City mayor's race ahead of this Tuesday's election. A new Fox News poll shows Democrat socialist Zohran Mamdani still leading the race. But former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has been able to narrow the gap down to 16 points. Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa down by 32 points. Joining me now on his bid to become New York City's 119th new mayor is former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Governor, good to see you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. How are you feeling about the polls 2 days out?
I'm feeling great, Maria. Actually, there's a new poll after that poll, which came out this morning on the front page of the New York Post that says it's 6 points. So he's coming down, I'm going up, and that's always good news.
Now, you've talked a lot about people understanding policy, and that's why you've been able to narrow this race, because people are learning more about what Zohran Mamdani wants to do, and they're not buying it. For example, let's go through some of that: free buses, free grocery stores. Is he going to be able to pull that off?
No, none of it is reality, Maria. You know, he's very good on TikTok and social media, and he has great slogans. Freeze the rent. People think that means that he's going to freeze their rent, and their rent won't go up. That's totally untrue. The mayor has no authority, no legal authority to freeze the rent. There's an independent board that does it. They are appointed by term, so many of the appointees are going to be from Mayor Adams, the prior mayor. That can't happen. Free buses. Yeah, that sounds great. He doesn't run the buses. The state runs the buses, and the state said that that's not going to happen. Universal child care, because the state's going to tax all the corporations, but all the money goes to New York City. That's never going to happen. None of it will happen. It's just this socialist talk. Everything free, everything free. There's no free lunch, Maria.
Let me ask you this. You've said that you want to hire 5,000 new cops. You said security, feeling safe in New York is one of your top priorities. Will you keep on New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch should you win?
Yes.
Okay. And we all know that New York feels better. We all know New York feels better because President Trump closed the border. And that's why we felt better in the last year, because of President Trump's efforts. Are you going to be able to work with President Trump? If he wants to send the National Guard there, if he wants to help you with security, will you be able to work with this president?
Yeah, it's a good question, Maria. First of all, I know President Trump. I was governor when he was president in the first term. We worked together. Most people assume, well, the Democratic governor, Democratic mayor is going to fight with a Republican president. I don't necessarily assume that's true. I'm going to try cooperation. I believe President Trump is from New York. I think he cares about New York. He has friends in New York. He has a lot of connections in New York. And I think he would be open to a cooperative path that is doing good things in New York in cooperation with the federal government. I think he would like to see New York better. I believe that. And I want to appeal to that instinct first. If it becomes political, Democrat, Republican, like everything else happens down there, then that would be unfortunate.
Well, what about working with the current governor? I mean, she replaced you, Kathy Hochul. Would you have an easier time working with Kathy Hochul, or how about Elise Stefanik if she wins next year?
Look, whoever the governor is, the mayor of New York has to work with that governor. And it's a reciprocal relationship, because New York City is the economic engine for the state. So the state needs the city to do well. The city generates most of the revenue. And there's an ongoing negotiation. I did it for 11 years as governor. I negotiated with Mayor Bloomberg, Mayor de Blasio, et cetera. So whether it's a Republican governor or a Democratic governor, yes, you have to work together.
Now, I called Zohran Mamdani to join us. We wanted to make sure we called everybody. I spoke with Curtis Sliwa last week. Curtis told me he is adamant he is not stepping out of this race. Zohran Mamdani told my team he is not going to sit with me until after the election. So size up this election here with Curtis Sliwa. Are you splitting the vote with Curtis Sliwa?
Curtis Sliwa, I think President Trump had this right. President Trump said Curtis Sliwa is not ready for prime time, and he's not ready for prime time. He's led this group called the Guardian Angels for years, but he has no managerial experience, no government experience, and he's basically defrauded New Yorkers in the past. So he's not ready for prime time. And he is a spoiler in the race. The only thing he can do is make Mamdani a winner, because any vote for Curtis is a vote for Mamdani, period. There's no way Curtis could ever win. And I think what the president was saying, when you read his tweets over the past few weeks, he thinks Mamdani, who he calls a communist, would be horrendous for New York. By the way, I agree. And this is the far left of the Democratic Party, the socialist wing of the Democratic Party, trying to take over New York City. And I believe it would be terrible for New York City. I believe it would be terrible for the Democratic Party.
And you have said that there's a civil war underway. We have to talk more about this fraud for Curtis Sliwa. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Governor.
Well, if you look in his past, he made up stories while he was at the Guardian Angels of exploits that turned out to be totally false.
All right. Andrew Cuomo, great to see you. We're watching. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.